knowing that Mikal would be here and that you guys were going to stay on that path. When you guys were, in negotiations with Jordy, was it discussed that this is a potential route that you guys could be going and that things could, look a lot differently?
Yeah, great question. And I think it's very important to be upfront, when you're hiring a coach or any staff member for that matter, for them to know, there's a variety of different pathways we can go down. And we knew the flexibility that we had in terms of the roster, the cap, the salaries that we have, that this could be one of them. I mean, we're not going to shy away from that. So he knew well ahead that, this was an avenue that we could be going down and is bought in completely to not only when we first signed him, but, to the outcome now.
At any point.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage. Please hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Nets Kingdom 1. We have articles on netskingdom.net. Check out those articles. So, Shawn Marks and the Nets had a presser today, and we are going to react to basically some of the topics that were mentioned during the presser. We saw Noah Clowney speak. We heard about Dariq Whitehead's health. And Shawn Marks talked a little about a little scripted, little generic kind of answers, but he did talk about the rebuild and his direction and his strategic direction, like fairly, not too much in depth, but you know how Shawn Marks is basically, bro. So first we want to get off to Shawn Marks talking about the rebuild, right? And then he basically was saying that he wasn't expecting the Mikal Bridges trade to happen. But once the Knicks offered, then it inspired to him to go in a different direction and get that haul for the rebuild. Now, what do you think, Rage? So the rebuild, we see Shawn Marks always kind of like star hunt. Every time we see Shawn Marks in pressers, he's always like, "Yo, we need to star. We need the number one guy. Mikal Bridges is the guy." Did you think all that Mikal Bridges propaganda was like just Shawn trying to leverage his deals, or do you think this just happened? Like first,
I think we definitely had the plans on making Mikal, the guy, one of the, guys for us. It was clear that we did have we did hold him in high regards, which is
yeah,
why we waited so long to trade him. That was mentioned, so that was all. So that was mentioned as well. But I think we've definitely probably been listening on Mikal. We've definitely been just, saying, oh, there's another team, so you can just keep a higher bid. But,
yeah,
I thought, with Mikal, it was reported that he requested out.
yeah,
And it all kind of played out to where it was just kind of made sense, where it was like, maybe it was just Mikal wanting out, which was the reason why everything happened.
yeah,
But he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a plan that we've been, this is something that we've actually had in plan." But like you said, every time Shawn Marks seems to talk, it's always about the star hunting. It's always about getting players here. We did talk, he's talked briefly about getting into the draft and stuff, but he didn't even get into the draft.
yeah.
So
Some of the
it's
video, he's got like, "You got a draft. We have one
he was
pick
like he was like, we have yet. Yeah, we haven't had a pick yet, and then he
yet."
didn't even pick in the draft. He didn't even
Yeah,
pick in the draft. So it's just we see how
yeah,
contradicting everything is. But
yeah. Let me
I just
read the
wanted
one
to talk
quote about Shawn. Shawn basically said, I think we have to be patient. We're not going to be in a hurry. There's no sort of way where you have to trade this or you have to make this or to trade those assets that were the draft assets. That's what we got or anything like that. I think this is something that we will continue to be strategic on and let it play out. Free agency is still going, and I know it's moving at a snail's pace around the league right now, but that's still going. So let's see how that shakes out over the summer league and so forth. So it looks like Shawn is ready to be in his let's wait it out and see. He's not like quick to trade, CJ DFS. I know Nets fans are probably impatient after watching this presser because you just watching Shawn kind of like go by a few questions and talk about strategic and kind of give kind of like generic answers. So you're not really getting
they're
into
underwhelming. They're just underwhelming answers.
underwhelming answers. So, but the real good news about trying before I get into what Noah Clowney said, the good news about Dariq Whitehead, he said there's no restrictions on Dariq Whitehead. Real quick, bro, give me your thoughts on Dariq. Like, what do you think? Are you expecting him to do this summer league? I mean, literally, we're 3 days, 4 days out of the first game. What are you expecting from Dariq Whitehead? No restrictions, healthy, first summer league. Do you think he has something to prove?
So definitely, we know drafting Dariq Whitehead that
Mm,
he had some injury issues in the past, and then just recently had a shin injury. and had to get surgery on that. Definitely going to be huge for him to see, to prove himself in the summer league because it'll be, some of the, first real action we'll be able to see, just kind of nationally. Although he did play in the G League
Yeah,
quite briefly, it wasn't strong. And the games, obviously he played for us in the NBA were very brief and didn't do much.
yeah,
But I'm not expecting anything like too huge, but he is a guy to watch out for. I think that's definitely somebody that, we should still think about and look at. This is a guy we did draft in the first round. He was like a top 5 prospect in his class in 2022, I believe.
yeah,
But the potential's there, but obviously, with all of the injuries and stuff, it's kind of it'd be interesting to still view him as a superstar of what he could be. And obviously things are going down with that because you see how the injuries are playing out,
yeah,
and he was pretty athletic in college, and that kind of went away with all of, like, the leg injuries, as it makes sense.
yeah,
And that was also an issue back in the G League, but it'll be very big for Dariq Whitehead to show out. And although I don't think Nets fans should expect much, that's still somebody we should look out for and not somebody to just write off yet.
yeah, yeah. I'll do real quick. Like I think his injuries, like I'm just watching for him to be healthy and to look good moving around the court. See some athleticism, maybe hit a couple shots. That's what I'm kind of looking for. I'm not expecting too much. Next, so Shawn Marks also mentioned about Trendon Watford. He said he would really hope for Trendon Watford to be back. The last thing we heard on Trendon Watford was the Nets extended a qualifying offer for him. Basically, that makes him a restricted free agent. Teams can offer a sheet, and they could match. The Nets could match that offer. So any team in the NBA could offer him something, and the Nets could match it, or the Nets could let him go. So they have that option with the restricted free agent. But we saw Shawn Marks say, "We want Trendon Watford back, bro." What is your reaction to that?
Yeah, we actually, obviously we've had a Trendon Watford video in the past,
Yeah,
but my opinion on him still stands. Definitely want to bring him back. He shouldn't be too high
mhm,
value. Should being a restricted free agent, and just like it with his play, shouldn't be too expensive. But definitely, a guy we want to bring back. We've talked about him being a possible point guard for us. Obviously, he's a high motor type of guy. Fits
yeah,
our overall rebuild. His boys with Cam Thomas played with him back in LSU, and was just a fun player to watch. And for him to also have the ability to be able to just kind of free roam and be able to, take over and, do him, although, there's going to be a system, but him being, having more of an opportunity with us could be good for him. And I think we should definitely we
yeah,
should definitely go with what Shawn Marks is saying, make him a priority and bring him back because we don't have many guys we expect to bring back, but he is one of them that I think that we should.
yeah. Now this is real quick before I get to the next topic. Sean Marks quoted the rest. He said this: "The rest of it, I think, we're letting the dust settle a little bit on free agency, and then we'll navigate that." So, I think Nets fans are questioning why hasn't Watford news happened yet. It looks like Sean said he's saying basically he wants to wait until free agency is kind of little, there's a little dry spell, and then I guess he'll navigate on Trendon Watford's contract. So it could be CJ talks, Dorian talks. It's still Sean still could make it happen. I mean, free agency isn't over. It's only July, and we've got a couple months here. So next, Noah Clowney spoke, bro. Noah Clowney spoke about the Mikal Bridges trade. I'm about to play the clip. We'll see what Noah Clowney says.
What were your reactions when you heard about the Mikal deal?
So I was actually playing pool with my family. We was playing 8 ball and ping pong, and then I seen the trade on my phone, and it was like, my initial thought is, oh, like, it shocked me because obviously I'm not in the front office, I don't know what's going on. I'm just working on my craft, but it was, you know, I feel like Mikal should almost feel proud in a sense, to get traded for 5 first-round picks is superstar level type things, but on the contrary, like, it's an opportunity for me, so I can't, like, no shade to him, like, that's my dog, I love him, but, like, to see us going into more of a rebuilding standpoint, that's an amazing opportunity for me, and I got to try to take advantage of that.
So yeah, what's your thoughts on Noah Clowney's reaction to the Mikal Bridges trade? He said he was at pool, he was shocked, but he was at the same time happy. But that he's getting his chance. It's a shot now. What was your thoughts on Noah Clowney, bro?
That's exactly what you want to hear. I mean,
Yeah,
we know Noah Clowney is a person that we view as, in high regard for our future. and we've talked about him quite a bit. I'm really excited to see what he can do this upcoming year. With him, with Claxton returning and him just being able to have more of a chance again this year, playing and being able to showcase everything in a rebuild season. It's good. It's good to know that he knows that it's his time, and he's got something to prove. It's all good to see, but I'm really looking forward to see what we can get from Noah Clowney this upcoming year, and it's just high hopes. We also got the summer league coming up too, so
Yeah, I'm really
we also
excited for
got
his
that coming.
his development, Claxton's development, Cam Thomas, and Jalen Wilson. Those are the four guys I'm really excited to see. Like now that we're trying to tank, like I want to see Nick Claxton shooting threes, Clowney shooting threes, or Clowney working on post moves. Do stuff that you really like. Do stuff in the games that you're not used to doing, so you can develop. That's how you develop, right? Like get out of your zone, get out of your box, play out of the box, see what you can do. This is the time where you experiment too, like with your game. If you're a player, like if you don't really take a lot of middies, take some middies once in a while. If you take some threes once in a while, if you don't take threes, like this is the season to do it. So I want to see Noah Clowney, Nick just develop, get continuity. That's going to be really important for us going down because we're going in this rebuild era. We got to build a young core, and how you build a young core, you get games under your belt, continuity, get used to playing with each other, and then that's where we can add the pieces. Like if we get a lottery pick, capture the flag, race for ace, whichever you want. So next, man, I think we covered almost everything. Trendon Watford, Mikal. What was your general thing about this presser? Did it make you feel any better about the season, or did it make you feel like Shawn Marks did his big one? He's one of the how'd you feel about this presser overall, though, bro?
I feel the same after
Mhm.
every Shawn Marks presser. It's just kind of like, okay. We
Yeah,
didn't really get anything too crazy. It's just a matter of waiting to see how everything plays out.
yeah,
Hopefully, we do end up getting these trades done, but I'm perfectly okay with waiting it out. And hopefully, he stands by his word, gets these moves done, and we're able to be happy at the end of the day. I'm not rushing anything. I just want to get the value for these guys by the start of the season for, at least
yeah,
for the guys that need to be moved. And other than that, we'll just see. But I'm just kind of sitting back and just chilling because it's
yeah.
nothing at
Same.
the end of the day.
I just
This
want,
is nothing haven't seen before
yeah, like I
besides
said,
us rebuilding, but nothing
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Like I said, I'm ready for all these CJ, Dorian, Dennis, all these guys, Boyan. I'm ready for all them to be out of here and us to get some young guys and have Ben Simmons there just in case and just run it and tank, and develop. Like I'm ready for the tank and develop. Like it's not even anything else at this point. It's just I'm ready for that.
How
Uh, mm,
obviously lottery picks, you can be a play-in team and get a
yeah,
high pick, but hey, if your goal is to lose games, I mean that's you kind of
at
have
least get
to.
bottom four. Like you can't be mad at us increasing our chances. I know the chances of getting a number one and being like a playing team has happened before, but I'd rather go for the odds and go for the stronger chance and be a bottom four team. Like I'd rather go for that
And you're
team.
already kind of in that situation. Like if you just compare yourself to other teams with how even like the Pistons are getting better
Yeah.
and just other teams in general,
We
like,
gotta do a video where we
we'll
break
be,
down the
we'll
odds.
be,
Like, yeah,
yeah, we
that's
got
gonna
to
come
break
to you
down the
soon.
odds talking
We
about it.
break down the odds, the lottery, because the lottery is a science. It really is. It's really a science. All right, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's